ಸಂಸಾರದವನಲನಿದಲೋಕ ತ್ರಣಯ ಕಾರುಣ್ಯ ಗಣ ಗಣತ್ವಂ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಸ್ಯ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಗುಣರ್ನವಸ್ಯ ವಂದೇ ಗುರೋ ಶ್ರೀಚರಣರವಿಂದಂ महाप्रभो कीर्तन ऋच गीत वादित्रमाध्यान् मनसोरसेन रोमाञ्चकाम्पश्रुतरङ्गबाजो वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् श्रीविग्रहाराधननित्यनाना शृङ्गारतनमन्दिरमर्जनादौ युक्तस्य भक्तं शनियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् चतुर्विधा श्रीभगवत्प्रसादौ स्वधन्नतृप्तान् हरिभक्तसाङ्गान् कृत्वैव तृप्तिं भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपार माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नाम् श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपार माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्नाम् प्रतीक्षणा स्वाधनलोलुपास्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् निकुञ्जयूनो रतिकेलिसिद्ध्यै यायालिभिर्युक्तिरपेक्षणीया तत्र त्रिधाक्षादतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम् साक्षादरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रैरुक्तस्तथा भाव्यत एव शब्दिः किन्तु प्रभोर्या प्रिय एव तस्य Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado Yasya prasadan nagati kutopi Dhyayansu vamsasya yasasri sandhyam Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Dhyayansu vamsasya yasasri sandhyam Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pasyasya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Chaitanya Nityananda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Chaitanya Nityananda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Chaitanya Nityananda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Rama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Sri Madhusudana, Giridhari Gopinath Madan Mohana. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita, Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavad Gita. Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita, Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavad Gita. Sri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha, Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha. Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha, Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Nila Madhav Radha Nila Madhav Shri Radhe. Jayo Radha Nila Madhav Radha Nila Madhav Shri Radhe. Jayo Jagannatha Jayo Baladeva Jayo Subhadramai Jayo Sudarshana. Jayo Sitaram Jayo Sitaram Jayo Sitaram Jayo Lakshman Hanuman. Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Jai Om Shnupada Brahmam Sapadaka Chaya Shtota Shatashi Shmatis Divine Grace Abhar Chandarinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBTBI Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Shnupada Brahmam Sapadaka Acharya Shtota Shatashi Shmatis Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Premise Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Dadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Kili Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrajabhumi Vrindavandam Ki Jai. Shri Navadvip Mayapradam Ki Jai. Shri Prashottama Chetar Chagnapuri Dam Ki Jai. Shri Ayodhya Dam Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Samavrita Bhaktavinda Ki Jai. Harinama Sankirtana Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralade Lade Daine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatangana Khalaye. ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato yato yami tato Narsimha Bahir Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadrita Narohari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Keshavadrita Narohari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. श्री श्री विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंह देव भगवान की जय। बख्श रमणी प्रहलाद महाराज की जय।
Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Eya Pilashi Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Eya Pilashi Yeto Mara Sharanalo Tara Vancha Purnaho Kripa Kodi Koro Tare Vrindavana Vasi Morae Apila Vilas Kunje Diovasa Nayane Haribo Sada Yugala Ruparashi Nivedana Taro Sakira Nugata Koro Nivedana Taro Sakira Nugata Koro Sevadikara diye Koro nijadasi Dina Krishna Dasekoi Namorahoi Shirada Govinda Preme Sadayena Bhasi Shirada Govinda Preme Sadayena Bhasi Yani Kani Chapapani Brahmahatyadi Kani Cha Tani Tani Pranasyanti Pradakshina Pade Pade Yani Kani Chapapani Brahmahatyadi Kani Cha Tani Tani Pranasyanti Pradakshina Pade Pade Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Vrinda Devi Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Vrinda Devi Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nittai Gaura Hari Bolo, Hari Bolo, Hari Bolo, Nittai Gaura Hari Bolo. Vrindaya Tulasi Devai Piyaya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavatai Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devai Piyaya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavatai Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devai Piyaya Keshava Sacha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavatai Namo Namaha. Vrinda Devi Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai. O Tulasi, beloved Krishna, I bow down before you again and again. My desire to obtain the service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Whoever takes shelter of you has wish fulfilled. Bestow mercy upon him and make him a resident of Vrindavana. My desire also grant me residence in the precious groves of Shri Vrindavana Dham. Thus within my vision I shall behold the beautiful paths of Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me follow the Kahar dance of the Vraja. Please give me the privilege devotional service and make me my own maid servant. This very fallen and lowly servant of Krishna praise. May I always swim in the love of Shri Radha and Govinda. Srimati Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai. There are 10 fences in the matter of chanting holy name that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees of dedicated life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name demigods of Lord Shiva or Brahma to be equal to independent name Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic literature or the literature pursuing the Vedic version. 5. To consider glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting holy name. 8. To consider chanting Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities, offering the Veda the fruity activities, karma, ganda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glorious holy name. 10. To not complete faith in the chanting holy names, and to maintain material attachment in understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Any devotee who claims to Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve desired success. Krishna, Prema. Now let us offer our most humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just as high trees who can fulfill to everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam Ki Jai. Jeto Darpana Marjanam Pavamahadavagni Nirvapanam Shriya Kairava Chantrika Vitaranam Vidyavatu Jivanam Anandam Pudivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamida Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Nam Hakari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra pita niyamita smaranena kalaha etatishi tava kripa bhagavam mamapi durudevami dishami ha janina nurakaha trinatapi sunicena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtanya sada harihi na thanam na janam na sundarim kavitam vajagadisha kamaye Mama Jammani Jammanishvare Bhavata Bhaktir Haitu Kitvai Ayinanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Man Vishame Bhavam Puta Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stitha Duri Sateshan Vichintaya Nayanam Karadashuru Dharaya Vatanam Katkata Rudaya Kira Pulakai Nichitam Vapurkada Tava Nama Karhane Bhavishati Yuga itam nimishena chakshusha pravisha itam shunya itam jagat sarvam govinda virahe name ashrisha va padra tam pinnastu mam adarshana marmhatam karotu va yatha tatha va vidathatu lampato mat prana nathastu se eva na paraha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Glory to the Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinctions fire of conditional life, repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is prime benediction for humanity in the large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone grant all benediction human beings. Thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names have vested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out kindness enables us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a straw in the street. One should be more taller than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to commit wealth, nor to desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Samharananda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow I fall in the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the Adams at lotus feet. O my Lord, while my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constant when I chant the holy name, while my voice choke up or my hairs my body stand the end recitation of your name. O Govinda, feeling your separation, I'm constant moment to be like a great millennium. Tears are flowing from eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Shri Mangala Charna prayers ki jai. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Katamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Ragnatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savatutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Bhajate Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripaptaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadya Shri Rupa Nuka Bhaktita Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine รูปานุกเวรุตาภสิทธันทตวันตหาริเนนะโมกรคิชรายะสักชาไวราคมุตเยวิพลัมบารสัมโพเทปาตัมปูจายเตนะมหะนะโมภักติวิโนตายะสัจจิตานันตนามิเนกรชักติสวรูปายะรูปานุกวรายเตกราวิรภาวะภูมิสตวมเนเตชตาสจนปริยะไวชนวาสารปมาชีจกนทายเตนะมหะวัญชาเกาปตุรูปยจาคุยปาสินตุเพวจปฏิตานัมปาเนเพียวไวชนเวเพียวนะโมนะมหะนะโมมหาวตัญญายะคริชนเพรมปตายเตคริชนายะคริชนเจตัญญนามเนกรติเชนนะมหะปัญจตัตวาธรรมังคริชนัมภักตรูปสวรูปคัมภักตาวตารัมภักตาคัมนามามิภักตชักติคัมเฮคริชนกรุณาสินโดดินปันโดจักปเตโกเปชโกปิกากันตราตากันตนโมสตุเตจายตามสุรทรพังโกมมมันตมเตรกติมัสสารสวพดัมโบจุราธามดนโมหโนติเวดวินดาดนาเขาปดุมาตชิมดรานาการสิงหาสนสโตชิมดราธาชิลโกวินเดเดโวพริสตาริบิเสวมาโนสมรามิชิมันราสารสารัมปิวัมชิวัตตทัสติดาคาริชังเวนุสเนรโกพิรโกปินาทชิเยสตุนะหะตัปตะการชนโกรังกิราเทวรินดาวนิชวรีวิชบานุสเตเตวิพนามามิหริปริเยจายชีคริชนเจตัญญาพระบุนิตานันดเชื่อด้วยตตาธารชิวาสาดิกรบักตรินดาฮเรคริชนาฮเรคริชนาคริชนาคริชนาฮเรฮเรฮเรรามาฮเรรามรามรามฮเรฮเรชิมังกลชานันเพรสกีจายชิปรมาสมิตากีจายईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनाद्यराद्य गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम चिंतामणि परकर सत्मसुकपवेक्ष रक्षावृतेषु सुरभिरभिपालयन्तं लक्ष्मी सहस्रशतसं ब्रह्मसेव्यमानं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि वेणुं खमनन्तमरविन्ददलायताक्षं पार्हावतं समसितां पुदसुन्दरङ्गं कन्तर्पकोटिकमनीयविशेषशोभं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आलोलच्छन्तकलसवनमारवंशि रानाङ्गदम्पनयकेलिकलाविलासं श्यामं त्रिभङ्गललितं यत्तप्रकाशं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अङ्कानि यस्य सकलेन्द्रियवृत्तिमान्ति पश्यन्ति पान्ति कलयन्ति चिरं च कान्ति आनन्दचिन्मसतुचुरविग्रहस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अङ्कवितमचोत्तमनादिमनन्तरूपम् आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमदुर्लभम् आत्मभक्तो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि पन्थास्तु कोटिशतवत्सरसम्प्रगाम्यो वायुरथापि मनसो मुनिपङ्गवानं सोऽप्यस्ति यपपदसिम्यविचिन्ततत्वे गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि वैकोप्यसौरचयितुं जगदन्तकोटिं या शक्तिरस्ति जगदन्तचयायतन्तः अन्तन्तरस्थपरमाणुचयन्तरस्थं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यद्भावभावितधियो मनुजास्तथैव सम्प्राप्य रूपमहिमासनयानपुषः सूक्तयम् एव निगमपतितास्तुवन्ति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आनन्दचिन्मरसपरिभाविताभिस्तापे एवं च रूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसत्य किलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि प्रेमाञ्जनचुरुतभक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरमचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि रामादिमूर्तिषु कलानियमेन तिष्ठन् नानावतारमकरो भुवनेषु किन्तु Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramapumam Yo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna, who is Govinda, the Supreme Godhead, has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin and the prime cause of all causes.
The first progenitor who is tending the cows, yielding all desire, in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or gopis.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose adobe in playing on his flute with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with a head decked with peacock feathers, with the figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers, beautified with the moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending form of Shamasundara is eternally manifest.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs the eternally sees, maintains, and manifests in infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay. He is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusha. He is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the mundane extending over thousands of millions of years.
He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe. At one and the same time, such is the primeval Lord whom I adore.
I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men who are imbued with devotion sing the mantra suktas told by the Vedas by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, dance, conveyances, and ornaments.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency possessed of the 64 artistic activities, in the company of her confidant Sakis, embodiments of the extensions of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rasa. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shamasundara Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion tinged with the salve of love. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who manifested himself personally as Krishna, and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Rama, Nrsimha, Vamana, etc. as a subjective portion. Sri Brahma Samhita ki jai. Bhagavad Gita 7.1 purport. Srinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtanaham Hridayanta Histo hi Abhadrani Vidinoti Suhritsatam Nasta Prayeswa Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Tada Rajastamo Bhava Kama Lobha Zayasyayi Cheta Eter Anavedam Sitam Satve Prasidati Evam Prasanna Manaso Bhagavad Bhakti Yogatah Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayati Vidyate Hridaya Grante Siddhyante Sarva Samshayaha Chiyante Chasya Karmani Drishta Evatmanishware. To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lust and avarice are diminished. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understands the signs of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of Asamsayam Samagram, understanding of the Supreme Absolute Truth, Personality of Godhead. Bhagavatam 1.2.17 to 21. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the signs of Krishna. Hare Krishna. We'll continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 22, Text 6. Discha me Bhagavan Drishto Durdarsho yo Krutamanam Discha Pada Rajasprastam Srishna me Bhavataha Sivam. Discha, by good fortune, me, my Bhagavan, all powerful, Drishta is seen, Durdarshaha, not easily seen, Ya, who, Akrita Atmanam, of those who have not controlled the mind and senses. This Jya, by my good fortune, Pada Rajaha, the dust of the feet, Spristam is touched, Shirshna by the head, me, my Bhavataha, your Shivam, causing all auspiciousness. Translation by Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. It is my good fortune that I have been able to see you, for you cannot easily be seen by persons who have not subdued the mind or controlled the senses. I am all the more fortunate to have touched with my head the blessed dust of your feet. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The perfection of transcendental life can be achieved simply by touching the holy dust of the lotus feet of a holy man. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Mahapada Rajo Bhishekam, which means to be blessed by the holy dust of the lotus feet of a Mahat, a great devotee. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Mahatmanas too, those who are great souls are under the spell of spiritual energy, and their symptom is that they fully engage in Krishna consciousness for the service of the Lord. Therefore, they are called Mahat. Unless one is fortunate enough to have the dust of the lotus feet of a Mahatma on one's head, there is no possibility of perfection in spiritual life. The Parampara system of disciplic succession is very important as a means of spiritual success. One becomes a Mahat by the grace of his Mahat spiritual master. If one takes shelter of the lotus feet of a great soul, there is every possibility of one's also becoming a great soul. When Maharaja Rahugana asked Jada Bharata about his wonderful achievement of spiritual success, he replied to the king that spiritual success is not possible simply by following the rituals of religion or simply by converting oneself into a sannyasi or offering sacrifices as recommended in the scriptures. These methods are undoubtedly helpful for spiritual realization, but the real effect is brought about by the grace of a Mahatma. In Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura's 8 stanzas of prayer to the spiritual master, it is clearly stated that simply by satisfying the spiritual master, one can achieve the supreme success in life. And in spite of executing all ritualistic performance, if one cannot satisfy the spiritual master, one has no access to spiritual perfection. Here the word akratmanam is very significant. Atma means body, soul or mind, and akratatma means the common man who cannot control the senses or the mind. Because the common man is unable to control the senses and the mind, it is his duty to seek the shelter of a great soul or a great devotee of the Lord and just try to please him. That will make his life perfect. A common man cannot rise to the topmost stage of spiritual perfection simply by following the rituals and religious principles. He has to take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and work under his direction faithfully and sincerely. Then he becomes perfect without a doubt. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 22, Text 7. Disyat tvayanusistoham krita chanugraho mahan apavritai karnarandrair justa distyostatirgiraha. Disya, luckily, Tvaya, by you, anusistaha, instructed, aham, I, kritaha, bestowed, cha, and anugraha, favor, mahan, great, apavritai, open, karna, randrai, with the holes of the ears, justa, received, this cha, by good fortune, usatihi, pure, giraha, words. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I have fortunately been instructed by you, and thus great favor has been bestowed upon me. I thank God that I have listened with open ears to your pure words. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Rupa Goswami has given directions in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu on how to accept a bona fide spiritual master and how to deal with him. First, the desiring candidate must find a bona fide spiritual master, and then he must very eagerly receive instructions from him and execute them. This is reciprocal service. A bona fide spiritual master or saintly person always desires to elevate a common man who comes to him. Because everyone is under the delusion of Maya and is forgetful of his prime duty, Krishna consciousness, a saintly person always desires that everyone become a saintly person. It is a function of a saintly person to invoke Krishna consciousness in every forgetful man. Manu said that since he was advised and instructed by Kardama Muni, he was very much favored. He considered himself lucky to receive the message of by oral reception. It is especially mentioned here that one should be very inquisitive to hear with open ears from the authorized source of the bona fide spiritual master. How is one to receive? One should receive the transcendental message by oral reception. The word karna randhrai means through the holes of the ears. The favor of the spiritual master is not received through any other part of the body but the ears. This does not mean, however, that the spiritual master gives a particular type of mantra through the ears in exchange of for some dollars, and if the man meditates on that, he achieves perfection and becomes God within 6 months. Such reception through the ears is bogus. The real fact is that a bona fide spiritual master knows the nature of a particular man and what sort of duties he can perform in Krishna consciousness, and he instructs him in that way. He instructs him through the ear, not privately but publicly. You are fit for such and such work in Krishna consciousness. You can act in this way. One person is advised to act in Krishna consciousness by working in the deity's room. Another is advised to act in Krishna consciousness by performing editorial work. Another is advised to do preaching work. And another is advised to carry out Krishna consciousness in the cooking department. There are different types of departments of activity in Krishna consciousness. And a spiritual master, knowing the particular ability of a particular man, trains him in such a way that by his tendency to act, he becomes perfect. Bhagavad Gita makes it clear that one can attain the highest perfection of spiritual life simply by service, by offering service according to his ability. Just as Arjuna served Krishna by his ability in the military act, Arjuna offered his service fully as a military man and he became perfect. Similarly, an artist can attain perfection simply by performing artistic work under the direction of the spiritual master. If one is a literary man, he can write articles and poetry for the service of the Lord under the direction of the spiritual master. One has to receive the message of the spiritual master regarding how to act in one's capacity, for the spiritual master is expert in giving such instructions. This combination, the instruction of the spiritual master and the faithful execution of the instruction by the disciple, makes the entire process perfect. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura describes in his explanation of the verse in Bhagavad Gita, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, that one who wants to be certain to achieve spiritual success must take the instruction from the spiritual master as to what his particular function is. He should faithfully try to execute that particular function and should consider that his life and soul. The faithful execution of the instruction which he receives from the spiritual master is the only duty of a disciple, and that will bring him perfection. One should be very careful to receive the message from the spiritual master through the ears and execute it faithfully. That will make one's life successful.
Text 8, Canto 3, Chapter 22. Sa bhavan duhitru sneha pariklistatmano mama shrotum arhasi dinasya shravitam kripaya muni. Saha, yourself, bhavan, your honor, duhitra sneha, by affection for my daughter, Klishta Atmana, whose mind is agitated, Mama, my, Shrotum, to listen, Arhasi, be pleased, Deenasya, of my humble self, Shravitam, to the prayer, Krupaya, graciously, Mune, O sage. Translation, O great sage, graciously be pleased to listen to the prayer of my humble self, for my mind is troubled by affection for my daughter. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. When a disciple is perfect in consonance with the spiritual master, having received his message and executed it perfectly and sincerely, he has a right to ask a particular favor from the spiritual master. Generally, a pure devotee of the Lord or a pure disciple of a bona fide spiritual master does not ask any favor either from the Lord or from the spiritual master. But even if there is a need to ask a favor from the spiritual master, one cannot ask that favor without satisfying him fully. Swayambhuva Manu wanted to disclose his mind regarding the function he wanted to execute due to affection for his daughter.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 22, Text 10. Priyavratto tanapvadaho स्वयसेयां दुहितमामा अन्विच्छति पतिं युक्तां वयाशीलगुणाब्धिभिः Priyavrata Uttanapado. O Priyavrata and Uttanapada. Swasa, sister. Iyam, this. Duhita, daughter. Mama, my. Anvichati is seeking. Patim, husband. Yuktam, suited. Vaya Sila Guna Adibihi, by age, character, good qualities, etc. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My daughter is the sister of Priyavrata and Uttanapada. She is seeking a suitable husband in terms of age, character, and good qualities. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The grown-up daughter of Swayambhuva Manu, Devahuti, had good character and was well qualified. Therefore, she was searching for a suitable husband just befitting her age, qualities, and character. The purpose of Manu's introducing his daughter as the sister of Priyamvrata and Uttanapada, two great kings, was to convince the sage that the girl came from a great family. She was his daughter and at the same time the sister of Kshatriyas. She did not come from a lower class family. Manu therefore offered her to Kardama as just suitable for his purpose. It is clear that although the daughter was mature in age and qualities, she did not go out and find her husband independently. She expressed a desire for a suitable husband corresponding to her character, age, and quality, and the father himself, out of affection for his daughter, took charge of finding such a husband.
Text 10, Canto 3, Chapter 22. Yada tu bhavata shila Shruta-rupa vayo gunan Ashrunon Naradadesha Tvayashita Krutanishchaya. Yada when, tu but, Bhavataha your, Shila noble character, Shruta learning, Rupa beautiful appearance, Vaya youth, Gunan virtues, Ashrunot heard, Naradat from Narada Muni, Yesha Devahuti, Tvayi in you, Asit became, Kritanishchaya fixed in determination. Translation. The moment she heard from the sage Narada of your noble character, learning, beautiful appearance, youth, and other virtues, she fixed her mind upon you. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The girl Devahuti did not personally see Kardama Muni, nor did she personally experience his character or qualities, since there was no social intercourse by which she could gain such understanding. But she heard about Kardama Muni from the authority of Narada Muni. Hearing from an authority is a better experience than gaining personal understanding. She heard from Narada Muni that Kardama Muni was just fit to be her husband. Therefore, she became fixed in her heart that she would marry him, and she expressed her desire to her father, who therefore brought her before him.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 22, Text 11. Tat praticha dvijagreya mam sraddhayo patpaha hratam mayam sarvatma mananurupam te grahamedishu karmashu. Tad therefore praticha, please accept, dvija agreya, O best of the Brahmanas, Imam here, Shraddhaya, with faith, Upahritam, offered as a presentation, Maya, by me, Sarva Atmana, in every way, Anurupam, suitable, Te, for you, Grihamedishu, in the household, Karmashu, duties, translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Therefore, please accept her, O chief of the Brahmanas, for I offer her with faith, and she is in every respect fit to be your wife and take charge of your household duties. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The word Grihamedishu, Karmashu mean in household duties. Another word is also used here, Sarvatmananurupam. The purport is that a wife should not only be equal to her husband in age, character, and qualities, but must be helpful to him in his household duties. The household duty of a man is not to satisfy his sense gratification, but to remain with a wife and children and at the same time attain advancement in spiritual life. One who does not do so is not a householder but a Grihamedi. Two words are used in Sanskrit literature. One is Grihastha and the other is Gruhamedi. The difference between Gruhamedi and Grihastha is that Grihastha is also in an ashrama or spiritual order. But if one only simply satisfies his senses as a householder, then he is Gruhamedi. For a Grihamedi, to accept a wife means to satisfy the senses. But for a Grihastha, a qualified wife is an assistant in every respect for advancement in spiritual activities. It is the duty of the wife to take charge of household affairs and not to compete with the husband. A wife is meant to help, but she cannot help her husband unless he is completely equal to her in age, character, and quality.
Text 12, Canto 3, Chapter 22. Udyatasya hi kamasya prativado na sasyate abhinirmukta sangasya kamaraktasya kim punah. Udyatasya, which has come of itself, he in fact kamasya, of material desire, prativada, the denial, no not, sasyate, to be praised, api, even, nirmukta, of one who is free, sangasya, from attachment, kama, to sensual pleasures, raktasya, of one addicted, kim punaha, how much less. Translation: to deny an offering that has come of itself is not commendable even for one absolutely free from all attachment, much less one addicted to sensual pleasure. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In material life, everyone is desirous of sense gratification. Therefore, a person who gets an object of sense gratification without endeavor should not refuse to accept it. Kardama Muni was not meant for sense gratification. Yet, he aspired to marry and prayed to the Lord for a suitable wife. This was known to Swayambhuva Manu. He indirectly convinced Kardama Muni, "You desire a suitable wife like my daughter, and she is now present before you. You should not reject the fulfillment of your prayer. You should accept my daughter."
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 22, Text 13. Ya udyatam anadritya khinasam abhidyachate kshiyate tad yashaspitham manaschavagnaya hataha. Yaha, who, udyatam, an offering, anadritya, rejecting, khinasam, from a miser, abhiyachate, begs, kshiyate, is lost, tat, his, yashaha, reputation, spitam, widespread, manaha, honor, cha, and avajnaya, by neglectful behavior, ataha, destroyed. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. One who rejects an offering that comes of its own accord but later begs a boon from a miser thus loses his widespread reputation, and his pride is humbled by the neglectful behavior of others. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The general procedure of Vedic marriage is that a father offers his daughter to a suitable boy. That is very respectful marriage. A boy should not go to the girl's father and ask for the hand of his daughter in marriage. That is considered to be humbling one's respectful position. Swayambhuva Manu wanted to convince Kardama Muni since he knew that the sage wanted to marry a suitable girl. I am offering just such a suitable wife. Do not reject the offer, or else, because you are in need of a wife, you will have to ask for such a wife from someone else who may not behave with you so well. In that case, your position will be humbled. Another feature of this incident is that Swayambhuva Manu was the emperor, but he went to offer his qualified daughter to poor Brahmana. Kardama Muni had no worldly possessions. He was a hermit living in the forest, but he was advanced in culture. Therefore, in offering one's daughter to a person, the culture and quality are counted as prominent, not wealth or any other material consideration.
Text 14, Canto 3, Chapter 22. Aham tvashrunavam vidvan vivaharda samudyatam atastvam upakurvana prattam pratigrihanami. Aham, I, tva, you, Ashrunavam heard Vidwan, O wise man, Vivahardam for the sake of marriage. Samudyatam prepared, Atha hence, Tvam you, Upakurvanaha, not taken a vow of perpetual celibacy. Pratham offered, Pratigrihana, please accept me of me. Swayambhava Manu continued, O wise man, I heard that you are prepared to marry. Please accept her hand, which is being offered to you by me, since you have not taken a vow of perpetual celibacy. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The principle of brahmacharya is celibacy. There are two kinds of brahmacharis. One is called Naistika brahmachari, which means one who takes a vow of celibacy for his whole life, whereas the other, the Upakurvana brahmachari, is a brahmachari who takes a vow of celibacy up to a certain age. For example, he may take the vow to remain celibate up to 25 years of age. Then, with the permission of his spiritual master, he enters married life. Brahmacharya is student life, the beginning of life in the spiritual orders, and the principle of brahmacharya is celibacy. Only a householder can indulge in the sense gratification or sex life, not a brahmachari. Swayambhuva Manu requested Kardama Muni to accept his daughter, since Kardama had not taken the vow of Naistika brahmacharya. He was willing to marry, and the suitable daughter of a high royal family was presented.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 22, Text 15. Rishir Uvacha Badam Udvodu Kamoham Apritta Cha Tavatmaja Avayor Anurupo Sav Adyo Vaivahiko Vidihi. Rishi, the great sage Kardama, Uvacha said, Badam, very well. Udvodu Kamaha, desirous to marry. Aham, I. Apratta, not promised to anyone else. Cha, and Tava, your Atmaja, daughter. Avayohu, of us two. Anurupaha, proper. Asau, this. Adhya, first. Vaivahika, of marriage. Vidhihi, ritualistic ceremony. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The great sage replied, Certainly I have a desire to marry, and your daughter has not yet married or given word to anyone. Therefore, our marriage according to the Vedic system can take place. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. There were many considerations by Kardama Muni before accepting the daughter of Swayambhuva Manu. Most important is that Devahuti had first of all fixed her mind on marrying him. She did not choose to have any other man as her husband. That is a great consideration because female psychology dictates that when a woman offers her heart to a man for the first time, it is very difficult for her to take it back. Also, she had not married before. She was a virgin girl. All these considerations convinced Kardama Muni to accept her. Therefore, he said, Yes, I shall accept your daughter under religious regulations of marriage. There are different kinds of marriages, of which the first class marriage is held by inviting a suitable bridegroom for the daughter and giving her in charity, well dressed and well decorated with ornaments, along with a dowry according to the means of the father. There are other kinds of marriage, such as Gandharva marriage and marriage by love, which are also accepted as marriage, even if one is forcibly kidnapped and later on accepted as a wife. But that is also accepted. But Kardama Muni accepted the first class way of marriage because the father was willing and the daughter was qualified. She had never offered her heart to anyone else. All these considerations made Kardama Muni agree to accept the daughter of Swayambhuva Manu.
Text 16, Canto 3, Chapter 22. Kama sabuya naradevate syaha putrya samamnaya vidau pratitaha kaivate tanayam nadriyeta swayaiva kantya kshipati miva shriyam. Kama, desire, sa, that, bhuyat, let it be fulfilled. Naradeva, O king, te, your, asyaha, this, putriyaha, of the daughter, samamnaya vidau, In the process of Vedic scripture, Pratitaha recognized Ka who, Eva, in fact, Te, your Tanayam daughter, Na Adriyeta, would not adore, Swaya by her own, Eva alone, Kantya bodily luster, Shipatim excelling, Eva as if, Shriyam ornaments. Translation: let your daughter's desire for marriage, which is recognized in the Vedic scriptures, be fulfilled. Who would not accept her hand? She is so beautiful that by her bodily luster alone, she excels the beauty of her ornaments. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Kardama Muni wanted to marry Devahuti in the recognized manner of marriage prescribed in the scriptures. As stated in the Vedic scriptures, the first class process is to call the bridegroom to the home of the bride and hand her to him in charity with a dowry of necessary ornaments, gold, furniture, and other household paraphernalia. This form of marriage is prevalent among higher class Hindus even today and is declared in the Shastra to confer great religious merit on the bride's father. To give a daughter in charity to a suitable son-in-law is considered to be one of the pious activities of a householder. There are 8 forms of marriage mentioned in the scripture, Manusmriti, but only one process of marriage, Brahma or Rajasika marriage, is now current. Other kinds of marriage, by love, by exchange of garlands, or by kidnapping the bride, are now forbidden in this Kali age. Formerly, Kshatriyas would at their pleasure kidnap a princess from another royal house, and there would be a fight between the Kshatriya and the girl's family. Then, if the kidnapper was the winner, the girl would be offered to him for marriage. Even Krishna married Rukmini by that process, and some of his sons and grandsons also married by kidnapping. Krishna's grandsons kidnapped Duryodhana's daughter, which caused a fight between the Kuru and Yadu families. Such marriages were current in bygone ages. But at the present moment, they are impossible because the strict principles of Kshatriya life have practically been abolished. Since India has become dependent on foreign countries, the particular influences of our social orders have been lost. Now, according to the scriptures, everyone is Sudra. The so-called Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas have forgotten their traditional activities, and in the absence of these activities, they are called Sudras. It is said in the scriptures, Kalau Sudra Sambhavaha. In the age of Kali, everyone will be like Sudras. The traditional social customs are not followed in this age, although formerly they were followed strictly. Text 17. Yam harmya pruste kvanadangri vikraditam kanduka vihva lakshim Vishwavasurnyapata swadvimana vilokya sammoha vimudhachitaha. Yam Hermia Praste, on the roof of the palace, Kwanat Angri Shobham, whose beauty was heightened by the tinkling ornaments on her feet. Vikridatim, playing. Kanduka Vihvala Akshim, with eyes bewildered, following her ball. Vishwavasu, Napatat fell down. Shwat from his own. Vimanat from the airplane. Vilokya seeing. Sammoha Vimuda Chetaha, whose mind was stupefied. Translation: I have heard that Vishwavasu, the great Gandharva, his mind stupefied with infatuation, fell from his airplane after seeing your daughter playing with a ball on the roof of the palace. For she was indeed beautiful with her tinkling ankle bells and her eyes moving to and fro. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It is understood that not only at the present moment, but in those days also there were skyscrapers, Herein we find the word Harmya Praste. Harmya means a very big palatial building. Swad Vimanat means from his own airplane. It is suggested that private airplanes or helicopters were also current in those days. The Gandharva Vishwa Vasu, while flying in the sky, could see Devahuti playing ball on the roof of the palace. Ball playing was also current, but aristocratic girls would not play in public place. Ball playing and other such pleasures were not meant for ordinary women and girls. Only princesses like Devahuti could indulge in such sports. It is described here that she was seen from the flying airplane. This indicates that the palace was very high, otherwise, how could one see her from the airplane? The vision was so distinct that the Gandharva Vishwavasu was bewildered by her beauty and by hearing the sound of her ankle bangles. And being captivated by the sound and beauty, he fell down. Kardama Muni mentioned the incident as he had heard it. Text 18, Canto 3, Chapter 22. Tam prardayantim lalana lalamam ashivita shri charanair adrustam vacham manorucha padashvasharam konanumanyeta Buddho biyatam. Tam her prardayantim seeking lalana lalamam the ornament of woman. Ashevita Shri Charanaha by those who have not worshipped the feet of Lakshmi. Adrustam not seen. Vacham, beloved daughter, Mano of Swayambhu Manu, Uchchapadaha of Uttanapada, Swasharam, sister, Ka, what, Na Anumanyata, would not become, Buddha, wise man, Abhiyatam, who has come of our own accord. Translation: what wise man would not welcome her, the very ornament of womanhood, the beloved daughter of Swayambhu Manu and sister Uttanapada? Those who have not worshipped the gracious feet of the goddess of fortune cannot even perceive her. Yet she has come of her own accord to seek mind. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Kardama Muni praised the beauty and qualification of Devahuti in different ways. Devahuti was actually the ornament of all ornamented beautiful girls. A girl becomes beautiful by putting ornaments on her body. But Devahuti was a more beautiful woman, beautiful than the ornaments. She was considered the ornament of the ornamented beautiful girls. Demigods and Gandharvas were attracted by her beauty. Kardama Muni, all the great sage, was not a denizen of the heavenly planets, but it is mentioned in the previous verse that Vishwa Vasu, who came from heaven, was also attracted by the beauty of Devahuti. Besides her personal beauty, she was the daughter of Emperor Swayambhuva and sister of King Uttanapada. Who could refuse the hand of such a girl? Text 19. Ato bhajisye samayena sadvim yavat tejo vibruyadatmanomi ato dharman paramahasya mukhyan shukla proktan bahumanye vihimshran. Ataha, therefore, bhajisya, I shall accept, samayena, on the condition, sadvim, the chaste girl, yavat, until, tejaha, semen, bibriyat, may bear, atmanaha, from my body, may, my, atah, thereafter, dharman, the duties, paramahamsya mukhyan, of the best of the Paramahamsas, Shukla Proktan, spoken by Lord Vishnu, Bahu, much, Manye, I shall consider, avihimshran, free from envy. Translation: Therefore I shall accept this chaste girl as my wife, on the condition that after she after she bears semen from my body, I shall accept the life of devotional service accepted by the most perfect human beings. That process was described by Lord Vishnu. It is free from envy. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Kardama Muni expressed his desire for a beautiful wife to Emperor Swayambhuva and accepted the emperor's daughter for marriage. Kardama Muni was in the hermitage practicing complete celibacy as a brahmachari, and although he had desired to marry, he did not want to be household for a whole span of his life because he was conversant with the Vedic principles of human life. According to Vedic principles, the first part of life should be utilized in brahmacharya for the development of character and spiritual qualities. In the next part of life, one may accept a wife and beget children, but one should not beget children like cats and dogs. Kardama Muni desired to beget a child who would be a ray of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should beget a child who can perform the duties of Vishnu. Otherwise, there is no need to produce children. There are two kinds of children born of good fathers. One is educated in Krishna consciousness so that he can be delivered from the clutches of Maya in that very life, and the other is a ray of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and teaches the world the ultimate goal of life, as will be described in later chapters. Kardama Muni begot such a child, Kapila, the incarnation of the Personality of Godhead, who enunciated the philosophy of Sankhya. Great householders pray to God to send his representative so that there may be an auspicious movement in human society. This is one reason to beget a child. Another reason is that a highly enlightened parent can train a child in Krishna consciousness so that the child will not have to come back again to this miserable world. Parents should see to it that the child born of them does not enter the womb of a mother again. Unless one can train a child for liberation in that life, there is no need to marry or produce children. If human society produces children like cats and dogs for the disturbance of social order, then the world becomes hellish, as it has in this age of Kali. In this age, neither parents nor their children are trained. Both are animalistic and simply eat, sleep, mate, defend, and gratify their senses. This disorder in social life cannot bring peace to human society. Kardama Muni explains beforehand that he would not associate with the girl Devahuti for the whole duration of his life. He would simply associate with her until she had a child. In other words, sex life should be utilized only to produce a nice child, not for any other purpose. Human life is especially meant for complete devotion to the service of the Lord. That is the philosophy of Lord Chaitanya. After fulfilling his responsibility to produce a nice child, one should take sannyasa and engage in the perfectional Paramahamsa stage. Paramahamsa refers to the most highly elevated perfectional stage of life. There are 4 stages within sannyasa life, and Paramahamsa is the highest order. The Srimad Bhagavatam is called Paramahamsa Samhita, the treatise for the highest class of human beings. The Paramahamsa is free from envy. In other stages, even in the householder stage of life, there is competition and envy. But since the activities of the human being in the Paramahamsa stage are completely engaged in Krishna consciousness or devotion service, there is no scope for envy. In the same order as Kardama Muni, about 100 years ago, Thakura Bhaktivinoda also wanted to beget a child who could preach the philosophy and teachings of Lord Chaitanya to the fullest extent. By his prayer to the Lord, he had as his child Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaja, who at the present moment is preaching the philosophy of Lord Chaitanya throughout the entire world through his bona fide disciples. Text 20. Yato bhavadvishvam idam vichitram samstashyate yatra cha vavatistate प्रजापतीनां पतिरेष मह्यं परं प्रमाणं भगवाननन्ताः यथा from whom abhavat emanated Vishwam creation idam this Vichitram wonderful samstasyate will dissolve etra in whom cha va or avatistate presently exists Prajapatinam of the Prajapatis Pati the Lord Eshaha this Mahyam to me Param highest Pramanam authority Bhagavan Supreme Lord Anantaha unlimited. Translation: The highest authority for me is the unlimited Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom this wonderful creation emanates and in whom its sustenance and dissolution rest. He is the origin of all Prajapatis, the personalities meant to produce living entities in this world. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Kardama Muni was ordered by his father, Prajapati, to produce children. In the beginning of creation, the Prajapatis were meant to produce the large population which was to reside in the planets of gigantic universe. But Kardama Muni said, although his father was Prajapati, who desired him to produce children, actually his origin was the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. Because Vishnu is the origin of everything, he is the actual creator of this universe. He is the actual maintainer. When everything is annihilated, it rests in him only. That is the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam. For creation, maintenance and annihilation, there are three deities, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara Shiva. But Brahma and Maheshwara are qualitative expansions of Vishnu. Vishnu is the central figure. Vishnu therefore takes charge of maintenance. No one can maintain the whole creation but he. There are innumerable entities and they have innumerable demands. No one but Vishnu can fulfill the innumerable demands of all the innumerable living entities. Brahma is ordered to create and Shiva is ordered to annihilate. The middle function, maintenance, is taken charge of by Vishnu. Kardama Muni knew very well by his power in progressive spiritual life that Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, was his worshipable deity. Whatever Vishnu desired was his duty and nothing else. He was not prepared to beget a number of children. He would beget only one child who would help the mission of Vishnu. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, whenever there is a discrepancy in the discharge of religious principle, the Lord descends on the surface of the earth to protect religious principles and to annihilate the miscreants. Marrying and begetting the child is considered to liquidate one's debts to the family in which one is born. There are many debts which are imposed upon a child just after his birth. There are debts to the family in which one is born, debts to the demigods, debts to the pitas, debts to the rishis, etc. But if someone engages only in the service of the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, who is actually worshipable, then even without trying to liquidate other debts, one becomes free from all obligation. Kardama Muni preferred to devote his life as a servant of the Lord in Paramahamsa knowledge and to beget a child only for that purpose, not to beget numberless children to fill up the vacancies in the universe. Text 21. Maitreya Uvacha Sa Ugradanva Niyado Eva Babashe Asicha Tusni Maravindanabam Diyopagrahnan Smitashobitena Mukena Cheto Lulube Devahutya. Maitreya, the great sage Maitreya, Uvaja said, Saha he Kardama. Ugra Dhanvan, O great warrior Vidura, Iyat this much, Eva only. Abba Bhashe spoke, Asit became Cha and Tusnim silent. Aravindanavam, Lord Vishnu, whose navel is adorned by lotus, Diya by thought, Upagrihnan, ceasing, Smita Shobitena, beautified by his smile, Mukena by his face, Cheta the mind, Lulube was captivated, Devahutyaha of Devahuti. Translation Sri Maitreya said, O great warrior Vidura, the sage Kardama said this much only and then became silent, thinking of his worshipable Lord Vishnu, who has a lotus on his navel. As he silently smiled, his face captured the mind of Devahuti, who began to meditate upon the great sage. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It appears that Kardama Muni was fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, because as soon as he became silent, he at once began to think of Lord Vishnu. That is the way of Krishna consciousness. Pure devotees are absorbed in thought of Krishna, that they have no other engagement. Although they may seem to think or act otherwise, they are always thinking of Krishna. The smile of such a Krishna conscious person is so attractive that simply by smiling, he wins so many admirers, disciples, and followers. Text 22. Sonugnatva vyavasitam Sonugnatva vyavasitam mahishya duhitu sputam tasmai gunagana jai gunaganadhyai dadau tulyam praharshitaha. Saha, he, Emperor Anu afterward, Gnatva, having known, Vyavasitam, the fixed decision, Mahisha, of the queen, Duhitu, of his daughter, Sputam clearly, Tasmai to him, Gunagana Adhyaya, who was endowed with a host of virtues, Dadau, give away, Tulyam, who was equal in good qualities, Praharshita, extremely pleased. Translation: after having unmistakably known the decision of the queen as well as that of Devahuti, the emperor most gladly gave his daughter to the sage, whose host of virtues was equal by hers. Text 23. Shatarupa Maharagni Pari Barhan Maha Danan Dampatyoh Paryada Priya Bhusha Vasa Parichadan. Shatarupa, Empress Shatarupa, Maharagni, the Empress, Paribarhan, dowry, Mahadanan, valuable presents, Dampatyo, to the bride and bridegroom, Paryadat, gave, Pritya, out of affection, Bhusha, ornaments, Vasaha, clothes, Parichadan, articles for household use. Empress Shatarupa lovingly gave most valuable present suitable for the occasion, such as jewelry, clothes, and household articles in dowry to the bride and bridegroom. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The custom of giving one's daughter in charity with a dowry is still current in India. The gifts are given according to the position of the father of the bride. Pari Barhan Mahadanan means the dowry which must be awarded to the bridegroom at the time of marriage. Here Mahadanan means greatly valuable gifts befitting the dowry of an empress. The words Bhusha Vasaha Parichadan also appear here. Bhusha means ornaments, Vasaha means clothing, and Parichadan means various household articles. All things befitting the marriage ceremony of an emperor's daughter were awarded to Kardama Muni, who was until now observing a celibacy as a brahmachari. The bride Devahuti was very richly dressed with ornaments and clothing. In this way, Kardama Muni was married with full opulence to a qualified wife and was endowed with the necessary paraphernalia for household life. In the Vedic way of marriage, such a dowry is still given to the bridegroom by the father of the bride. Even in poverty stricken India, there are marriages where hundreds and thousands of rupees are spent for a dowry. The dowry system is not illegal, as some have tried to prove. The dowry is a gift given to the daughter by the father to show goodwill, and it is compulsory. In rare cases where the father is completely unable to give dowry, it is enjoined that he must at least give a fruit and flower. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, God can also be pleased even by a fruit and flower. When there is financial inability and no question of accumulating a dowry by another means, one can give a fruit and flower for the satisfaction of the bridegroom. Text 24. Canto 3, Chapter 22. Today we read up to Canto 3, Chapter 22, Text 23. We'll continue reading tomorrow. Gandhara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. We'll continue to Guru Puja. Hare Krishna. Babuji. श्री गुरु चरण पद्म केवल भक्ति सद्मा मन मोई सावधान माते जहरा प्रसादी बाई ए बाबा तरिया जाए कृष्ण प्राप्ति होई जहाँ होते गुरुमुख पद्म वाक्य चिते ते कोरिया क्या अरना कोरी मानी आशा श्री गुरु से निरति ऐसे उत्तमा गति जय प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो दिव्य ज्ञान प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा वेदे गाय जहाँ चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदामा जय नारा बंधु लोकना लोके राजीवाना प्रभु कुरो दोया देह मोरे पादा छाया Ibijas gusuk tribhuwana Ila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Himate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि और भक्तवृंद चैतन्य नित्यानंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नित्याय गौर हरि बोल नित्याय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्याय गौर हरि बोल పిల్లల్ని క్లాస్ని